That was wild. Kelsey just got out. I got them all over here now. I got all the goats, all the dogs are over there now. And Kelsey just escaped. So I had to put a board up. As you can see, I got the old GoPro on my head. I'm gonna work on my bench tonight. This is workbench part 2. Workbench part 2. Kelsey, come here. How'd you get out, baby girl? Come on, baby. Come on, Kelsey. Kelsey. Come on. Come on. Kelsey. Kelsey, come here. How did you get out? No! No. So I've got to measure a gap right here so I know how big my plywood's got to be, and I want it to be this edge, the far edge, to be on the roughly center of the 2x4 here, right here. And what I'm looking to do, I might have to turn my hat around here. There we go. What I'm looking at doing is doing a 45 on each side, so the same direction, so when the plywood or when I rip something down, it traverses across that. Also, I want to try and keep the grain going down the table that way, so any grain that folds up on the plywood doesn't catch my work. So right now I need to locate a tape measure. Tape measure, check. I should have a pencil up here too. I was doing some work. Doing some work on my Christmas presents here. So half of 2 inches is 1 inch, half of 1 3/4 inches. So if we go like that and go to 2 inches, half of 2 inches is 1 inch. Just like so. Go out just a tiny bit. 15/16. That's pretty close. Right in between those two marks. Alright, so I got my mark. And I gotta leave about 1/8 of an inch for my rip fence. So I'll leave a bigger gap than that. If we go roughly 8 1/4 inches wide. So 8 1/4 inch. Got a piece of scrap wood. 8 1/4. You can see right there, I've got a spot of where it drips on, the ceiling drips on my table saw. Rusted it up the deck there. I'm gonna have to sand that down. Alright. Now I need to get all this mess cleaned up. Get all this mess cleaned up here so I can rip some stuff down. This is a Christmas present that I built and laser engraved my boss's dog on it. He's a good dude. So I figured we'll make him a Christmas present. It turned out really nice. I like it. Put some leather in the corners, keep it from rubbing on the desk, and we're ready to roll. How wide does this need to be? "48 inches. Perfect. Lock this, slide that, lock it, pull the slide out, tip the saw down. Man, that is nice. Be even nicer when I get a deck across there. 8 1/2 inches, or 8 1/4 inches. So let's see what 8 1/4 inches looks like. Move this camera to the other side for a minute. Slide this till it looks like 8 1/4, and then I take a measurement from the saw blade to the fence, and you want to be on the inside tooth right there, and I am just over 8 1/4. Just shy of 8 1/4. There it is. What are they up to? Kelsey's testing the fences, I think. So I got 8 1/4 there. Actually, She's testing it. How wide is that? That is 21 inches. So I would need if I did this in 20, I'd have to have a 4-inch strip down the center. See how this is like that? That's what I'm trying to. I don't want to go this way with my saw. I want to go up it. So what I can do, I can rip this at 10 inches with my little skill saw and then square it back up in the table saw. So that's, I think, what I'm going to do. This over here. This here. Inches, 10 inches. I'm going to have to extend a hot fence tonight. I'm going to have to do that right now. Alright, that crisis is done for now. A little straight edge out. Mark my 10-inch line. My little saw. Now this cut doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to run it through the table saw anyway. But always have your hearing protection. And I don't have any safety glasses, so it is what it is. I just got to be careful. See? Now what I'll do is I'll stretch the fence out to 9 inches and I'll rip this side on a 45 this way, and this side, after I set my fence to the 8.5 inches, set the fence to 8.5 inches, then I can rip this 45 going the same direction. So everything will tip like this, so nothing gets bound up, and my cover board that covers this saw can slide in and be firm without being clamped. So now time to rip that guy. We'll go 9 1/4 on that guy. 9 1/4. Need to get my bolt back in this. have a speed square, allegedly. There it is, speed square. .45. That looks good. Back to my hearing protection. Plug this saw in. So that'll go like so. This saw has the ability to slide around a little bit. This will cut it right in there, and it'll go the same direction. So roughly right in that area. Down to 8 1/4. So this will go through just like that, so they have the same angle. This goes right there like so. I could actually probably shave it just a butt hair more, so it's more like this. I think I will. I think I'm going to shave it. Take off another 1/4. Actually, 1/8. Let's take off 1/8. That's not exactly a great cut, I know. That's a straighter cut. I like that right there. That looks good. Now I just got to screw that bad boy down. Now when I do this 4-inch section in the middle, I'll brace underneath and give it something to screw to. Straight edge back out. just like so. Now, this edge is going to be harder to line up because I want to overhang it a few inches, or an inch, like so. Then I can look up underneath there, and it should screw down just like so, just like that.